Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to show you how to make masculine birthday cards using just one stamp panel, and you're going to get two cards out of it using a die cut inlay technique and the Concord and Ninth Triangle Turnabout stamp set. So I've got all my supplies laid out. I have my original size Misty. You really do need an original size Misty to use that stamp, the Concord and Ninth Triangle Turnabout. That is the jig that I have made. It's a 6x6 square. I'm going to use 4 Gina K inks today: Jelly Bean Green, Moonlit Fog, Ocean Mist, and In the Navy. I'm also going to be using a My Favorite Things die. This is the Happy Birthday to You die, and 2 pieces of cardstock, the Jelly Bean Green from Gina K, and a piece of white 80-pound Nina cardstock. So I have my card panel 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 adhered temporarily onto the jig that I have made. And I'm going in with my first ink color. This is sped up, but I will stamp each color twice. This is the Moonlit Fog. I really like this ink color, and overall I really like the combination that I chose. And each time I am cleaning off my stamp with my Lawn Fawn stamp chamois. That thing is seen better days. Here I realize you got to actually turn it. So it's pretty easy though. When you bring the door of the Misty over, you can tell whether or not you've actually completed the turn. So here I am. That's the second stamp for the Jelly Bean Green. Wiping it off, turning it, and bringing in the next color, which is Ocean Mist. I love these inks from Gina K. I think that they produce really crisp stamping. The colors are really wonderful. I guess she's actually coming out with new colors soon, which is really exciting. I think that'll be great. This is the first time I've used one of these Concord and Ninth Turnabouts. I know that they've been popular for a little while, but it took me a while to get my hands on one. So I'm really excited to be using this, and I think that this triangle pattern makes a really nice masculine background. So actually I'm going to stamp that navy color once, cleaning off that stamp, and then I'll just be removing that panel from the jig, and I will save the jig and use it the next time I use this stamp set. Here is that Happy Birthday to You, and I am just aligning this. It's really easy to get this straight to the left because of the way that this stamp works, because it kind of creates lines for you. So all of the words on that Happy Birthday to You are left aligned. So I am taking cue and putting this left aligned on my card as well. So I'm just going to run this through my Big Shot machine, taking it out. Some of those 2Ps stuck to my base plate, I guess, the lower cutting plate. I really need to replace those. They have definitely seen better days, and things are really starting to stick to them. So just going ahead and taking out those 2 letters. I keep little bowls and dishes around for this reason, because it's really helpful to have. And then I'm taking that Jelly Bean Green and positioning it in a similar position, that same Happy Birthday to You die. Going to run it through, and then I will have a bunch of green letters. So once again, I've sped this up. So these are my 2 card fronts, and there is no dimension on this card. These are just going to get adhered flat. So just taking that bowl, punching out all of the letters, and then just going to put a ton of tape runner down and adhere this flat to the front, and then popping out all of the green, and then going to once again just adhere that flat to the other card. Cards like this I really enjoy making, mainly because you get two out of them. You get a lot of bang for your buck being time in this case, because you end up with two cards. So just separating out those letters. I'm also pulled out some of the Simon Says stamp tacky glue, and just adding a little bit on to those openings, taking my jewel picker and sticking down the letters. So on the stamped image, the stamp panel, I'm putting down the green cardstock letters, and it's that same jelly bean green that I used for the inking. I really like Gina K for that reason, that coordinating, you know, dye, ink, and cardstocks. So I'm just popping out the centers from the letters that were cut using the stamped panel so that I can adhere all of those little pieces in. You really need to make sure that you've got these lined up right. So even though there's like two A's, make sure that the A that you are lining it up with matches the stamped background, if that makes sense. So now I'm just taking those pieces, I'm doing it totally random, and adding them into the green background and just inlaying them in. Nothing fancy here. I do have a lot of tape runner on that background from when I put down the card front. And so some of these don't need additional adhesive when adding them on. So just piecing all of those little insides in, all of my little leftover bits, and just to complete these cards. So I'm sure that I'm not the only person that has a hard time making masculine birthday cards. So this is a really great way to do that. And here are the finished cards. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think. Thank you so much.